gotta be honest with myself. You gotta be careful with the energy and the people that you keep, man. I don't give a care if it's mother, father, sister, brother. Like I said before, you have to be diligent, you know. And I know you have to deal with people because you have to be in this world, but you don't have to be like everybody else, you know. You really, really, really don't. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to sell yourself out just to fit in, you know. It's a reason why. There's a reason why you're not fitting in with everybody else, because you're peculiar. You know, you're not thinking like most people. I was thinking about that myself earlier today, like, dang, why ain't nobody else thinking about what I'm thinking about? Everybody else, they just in their own zone, especially people who talk like me. You know, people who sound like they're walking and walking and they're doing all this. Why? Ask yourself why. And you're like, when you try to get in deeper, then they want to run back and they want to repel from you. That's because they're not like you. They're not like you. So don't get afraid of that. Don't get afraid of that. This is the time to separate. Anyway, you know, I was tripping when God told me to stop going to church, you know, and how people were going to be in the house. And now look at it now. Look at it now, you know. How God was just telling me things about my family and how to stick close to some and how to stay away from some and ask questions and things like that, you know. Whew, goodness gracious, y'all, it is so cold. It's like rain and everything else. But yeah, you guys, you have to be careful, and be careful of the energy that you get. If somebody's bringing you down and that's all you get every time you're around them, chances are they're not on your level. Move around from them. Move around from them. Oh my goodness, it's starting to snow, y'all. It's starting to snow. Move around them. It might seem hollow for a minute, but I promise you it'll get better. Yeah, I promise you it'll get better. But if you stay around and you let these people drain your energy, you never reach your full potential. You never reach to what you were supposed to be. So, goodness, it's cold. Oh God. So, yeah, it might not sound like a picnic picture because God paints the real. You know, everybody will give you this fake picture. I don't give a care if it's your own mama. If you don't feel that vibe and they bring you down, you got to get away from them. You got to get away from them. You got to be better. You know, the world is really counting on you, especially in this day and age. Everybody's so caught up in the fake glamorous life. You know, they caught up in all the glitz and the glamour and all the talk of having all this, you know, big chains and just lies. And then people are so toe up inside. They don't care about the inside anymore. They care about the outside. So, you need to stay true and authentic, you know. Be true to yourself and what you're called to do. Don't let anybody try to dim your light or what you're supposed to do or what you're designed to do. We all got a purpose here. We all got stuff we need to do, you know. Whether it looks fearful or whatever, just keep going. Shoot, I'm cold, y'all. I just saw a guy, he over there covering himself. So cold. So cold. Oh goodness. Come on. What you eating? She was eating some shit. Oh. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about is too slippery on this, so I'm gonna go through the middle of this doggone, because I'll be doggone, I'll fall and flip and slip in the water. Too cold for that. And I've seen some people do that, so yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the act of true kindness. You know, truth and being showing grace and mercy. You know, grace and mercy can break some yokes of a lot of things. First of all, to have grace and mercy is basically showing forgiveness. You know, being kind to others, forgiving people when they fall short, you know. And forgiveness is not just for that other person. People say it's not for the other person. I won't say that it's not for the other person. It is for the other person. And it is for you too. It's mostly for you. You know, so you can get over whatever it is and get to your next place. And understand when you forgive someone, especially when you know they don't really deserve it, you know, or they're unrepentant, they don't even care about if you forgive them. You know, they don't care about the things that they've done that was, you know, horrible to you. It gives you a sense of knowing that you are human. You are human, and you understand that nature, that we all mess up. And just like them, you messed up too. And it was sometimes where you couldn't go and apologize. You know, there are a lot of things that I've done that I can't even go back and apologize, because either the person is dead or the relationship is just cut off and tied, and they don't want to hear it. But the power of forgiveness is releasing you from that. You know, you have to forgive yourself and forgive others. Forgive other people who hurt you and forgive others. Forgive yourself for hurting people and forgive others. And it shows that grace and mercy, you know. What else? Shoot, I think that is it. I kind of don't want this hood on my head because I can't look around. Can't look around too tough and see what's around me. I don't like that. Especially in this area, and especially when I say this area, like in this dark corner. And in this time, it's holiday time, so this is when people start getting a little rambunctious here, because they know a lot of people shop here, and they know they can come up. They can come up, you know. So okay. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Keep your energy. Notice what brings down your energy. Notice some people know what they're doing. I'm telling you, some people are just going in a toxic, nasty, trifling circle, and they don't want to get better, but they want to drag everybody else in. And that's just a toxic person, and you just got to let them go. And then other people, they know exactly what they're doing. They're feeding off of you. They're feeding intentionally off of you. You know? And that's not cool either. Oh, great. So, and if you don't want to pull the plug, guess what? If they don't pull the plug, you need to have enough sense to pull the plug yourself and keep your energy. Let your peace come back to you. You know, if you give your peace to somebody and they come back trying to give you hell, guess what? Your peace got to come back. So, can't remember what that says on there. It says Mosaic, but I wonder what they're building over here. It ain't that much to build. It's the Pepsi building behind it. Don't know. Don't know, y'all. Yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm gonna let my dog walk a little bit longer. But I did want to express that because and now is the time more than anything. People should be happy to see what it is. If you see the reason why you're separating, then you'll be grateful. You'll be grateful for what's going on, because you know, you can't have two people who are not equally yoked together. They're going to bring you down. They're going to bring you down, and they're going to tear you apart or set you up. So you need to take that hard pill and swallow it before it gets really tough, before it gets rough. Because you let that sit longer. That's one thing I had to do with some of my neighbors, y'all. Some of them, they will all try to gang up on me because I'm not hanging out with them all the time, you know. I got to work, you know. I make a living. I got to make a living. I got to do, you know, so many things. So where does that even come into play? Where does me coming to, you know, coming to hang out with you because you're in your 50s and 40s and you're so financially stable that you're able to do that? Where does it come in place to say that I'm mandatory, or it's mandatory for me to waste all my time entertaining you guys? Or coming out, you know, and drinking and indulging in crazy stuff and doing that. No, that's not my forte. That's not my forte. And if it was before, it's no longer. So why? We don't have anything in common. You know, I can say hi, it could be polite, but at the same time, we're not kicking it. we're not kicking it. And I don't even have time to kick it. You know, I know that for me, time is of the essence. If nothing else, if this whole thing, this election, everything that's been going on has shown me is that time is of the essence, and it's going to happen whether we like it or not, whether we're ready for it or not. You know, God is coming. He's coming to judge. It's going to happen. We don't know when, but we know it's getting closer, and we got to get ready. That's about it. And for me to waste my time on somebody who going to hell any damn way, I'll be a doggone fool today. I will be a doggone fool today and forevermore if I did that. So, no. I done stayed away too much. I done gave up too much to be, to let it all go to waste over not being diligent over what he done told me and all the change that he done brought me out of. Crazy, y'all. Y'all better stay away from them people. And y'all know some of y'all, God done put y'all away from some of those people who's your family members who was dogging you out, talking about you, talking all crazy. And then they discard you. You thinking that it was the worst thing in the world. They discard you, but God knew it was best. And now you getting better. And now you the person that they look up to. You know, and now they trying to come back in. Don't let them fools back in. You can be nice. You can be nice. You can be cordial, but don't let them fools back in now. You remember what Joseph had to do. Now, Joseph talked too much. Yeah, he did. No, I got that spirit too. Joseph talked too much. He told about his blessing. Didn't even know what was going on. But everybody around him knew the blessing that was around him. Everybody around him knew the anointing. And because of that, you know, they wanted to take his life. But guess what? He overcame. He went through a lot of obstacles in his life and then became the second in command over the land. And you know what? When he came to go help his, you know, when his prophecy became fulfilled, his dreams became fulfilled and became prophecy, the prophecy was revealed. I won't say became prophecy. The prophecy became revelation. You know, he still loved them. He still cried. He still had emotions to him. But guess what? He didn't go back to live with him. He took care of him, but he didn't go back to live with him. You know, understand that. Y'all understand that. You can't go. No. And guess what? Because he knew that no matter what happened, everything, it will never be the same. You know, when you go through this kind of process, it will never be the same. It changes your life forever. Me going through this process changed my life forever. It made me to swallow some of those pills that I didn't really think that I needed to swallow. Dealing with people who I thought were my friends, people who I thought who cared, who thought I was highly esteemed. It made me think about myself, like what the direction I was going in, who was helping, who was there for the long run, who wasn't. You know, it was definitely a separation time. Come on. I know I said I was gonna get off here, but man, nuggets. It definitely gave me that separation time. And like I said, some of y'all are going through the same doggone thing. Ooh. I'm about to go under this bridge and finish this doggone video. Because I think we're going in the house after this. Yeah, but some of you guys are facing the same doggone thing. Don't think of it as bad. God is separating you. He's pulling you out. He's pulling you out. And sometimes it's got to be that hard because you waited too long. It doesn't have to be. God showed me that too. It doesn't have to be. If you say no and follow him first, you know. There we go. But realize something. You have to realize something. It's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen anyway. Whether you comply to the will of God, or you don't. Gotta fill in a replacement, but you will definitely suffer for it. You will definitely suffer for it. So, and I had to learn that for myself. I was like, God, you know, I was being scared and being fearful was holding me back. Like, it's going to happen anyway. So you might as well just dive in, be who you are. Because God made you that way. Dive in. And do that thing. Do what he called you to do. And don't keep those people who, if you got to second guess who a person is, that means you don't need to be around them. That means you need to cut all ties from them. If you got to cut off, or you think that they two-faced it, and you already know, some of these people, you already know they two-faced it. Okay, that's your indication right there. Be done with them. Be done with them. And don't think that you losing nothing. You got everything to gain from losing somebody who's toxic like that. Or somebody that you don't know where they stand, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you.